Coming up, the biggest customer pet peeves that your waitress or your server or your cooks or people in any restaurant or any kind of service that they provide are cringing over. Welcome to Depraved and Debaucherous. Depraved and Debaucherous. Why is it so hard to say that name? But I'll get used to it. King of Podcasts here. And there was a story that came out from a waitress that sparked a discussion. She's a TikToker, but that goes by her name is Lizzie Smith. She's at C0_0L_. So cool, right? Now she's chronicling her experiences in the service industry, and her most popular videos give insight into the customer behavior that annoys wait staff the most. And I know that for me, I'm always trying to be cognizant of service industry workers when it comes to restaurants, when it comes to customer service. Whether I'm going to barista at Starbucks to go to drive-thru or Dunkin' Donuts or to my pizza guy or whatever restaurant I go to or fast food in general. Like I'm always trying to make sure I don't want to be in their way. I want to get what I need to get what I need. Trying to make it easy, get in, get out, tip them if I can, all that good stuff. There's a lot of content from service industry workers raising issues that others may not be aware of. So Starbucks baristas talk about their wildest drink orders, one that was literally too big for the blender, and also places like Waffle House and Hooters have also given their own takes. So one of the clips that Lizzie talks about is her biggest customer pet peeves. Her first issue is when customers cut her off before she can introduce herself. Yeah, I don't like to do that either. Like, want to give the girl or the guy some time to just kind of like make his point. Okay, specials. There used to be a thing about specials. Maybe you hear something that you'll find out. Give the person a little chance to talk. And just because you want to cut them off because you're in conversation, well, conversation can wait for a second. It's important. You came to the restaurant. You came to get served. Let the person serve you without getting all caught up. I agree with that. Next is what it feels like when she arrives at a table with an order and no one speaks up to claim it. I agree with that too. And for me, it's like, I know when I get together, I go to Twin Peaks and I got a bunch of friends that are all Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, sometimes 10, 15 of us. And I'll usually kind of listen into what all the other people are doing right now, getting their orders, and usually kind of have like an idea of what the guys are always ordering anyway. This person's getting a bucket of beers. This person's getting a sis sandwich. This person's getting this food, this plate, whatever. You usually know about that. And with us as a collective, we all kind of make sure to like, hey, this girl's here with this. Make sure it's this and this. And try quickly to get her to go ahead and take care of the claiming of the food or him so that they can quickly go ahead and move along and go to the next table. And I'm always trying to think about what's best for the server myself or the barista myself, because I want to make sure that they're focused on being able to make sure that my order gets right and just like everybody else. Plus, from the perspective of being an Uber driver, that I do that too, working for Uber Eats. I also keep in mind with that. And one of the things I also think about where I'm not trying to be judgmental, I'm not trying to be rude, but sometimes, and this is also with like a DoorDash thing, if you're doing DoorDash as well, keep this in mind. The fact that if an order's not ready, okay, I always make the courtesy of saying, okay, and I go to an IHOP, I'll go to, pick a major restaurant where they're not doing well, sports bar, where they're not really used to doing takeout. And what I'll do is I'll at least ask, okay, ask for the order. Here's Uber Eats for this person. And then I'll ask the question. I'll say, hey, listen, if it's not ready, I'll ask the one question that's most important to me. Do you know if they're working on it? Because if it's not even like, they might have the ticket out. If they're not even making the food yet, and it's going to take some time to get to it, I know that's going to take 15, 20 extra minutes. If the order's not ready yet, that's one thing. If it's going to be on the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, I'll give that window right there. A little period of time, make sure they can get it done. They're already working on it. Let them finish. But if they haven't even started the order yet, I went to a Duffy Sports Grill over the weekend, last weekend. Oh no, actually, it was over the weekend. And there was an order that was put in. And I was like, okay, they're not even that busy. And I was saying, hey, can you take a look and see if they started it yet? And then the hostess forgot to go ahead and take the order from Uber Eats and give it back to the kitchen. I was like, oh, sometimes that happens where like who's controlling the orders coming in for a DoorDash or a Grubhub or an Uber Eats. So I was like, okay. So I noticed the hostess was doing other things, was not paying attention to the Uber Eats or the rideshare orders coming in. And so when I saw it, I was like, okay, you know what? She just got the order. Can we take this back? And I basically told her, I was like, listen, don't worry about it. Just cancel it. Because you know what? Number one, I know that the customer is going to be pissed off if I don't take the food over to him or her. If it's going to be late, it's going to hurt my review. It's going to hurt their review. It's going to hurt their business. It's going to hurt my tips. So we'll just cancel it out. You know, if they want to go and order again, that's one thing, or if they want to go somewhere else. But if you're not ready for it, you're not ready for it. And plus, the most important thing is I don't want to make sure that they're not losing on the food order. Like if they're making the food, I don't want them to throw it out. But if they haven't made it yet, it's not going to hurt them at all one way or the other. Because it's going to be dependent upon them to make sure their order's done. So I worry about that. Then the other part she says is that I'm a food runner and too many people just stare at you like you're crazy when I bring you their food. When you're standing there holding two very hot plates and they're just staring while you're asking them who ordered or what they just like, they just ignore. Yeah, I agree with that. I would be worried about that too. And then also she talks about how where I work, I'm taught to get the order in a certain order so I can remember. And many commenters push back saying, wondering why it was an issue to speak up. She says, one user argued and said, I can't believe y'all are mad about pawning. Oh no, your eating experience is ruined because you have to say me real quick before you eat. And then there was a discussion of tipping culture, which has been a hot topic because some customers will try to tip with Amazon gift cards or ask you for the waitress's number after tipping $0. Stuff like that. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. So anyway, that's the whole idea of this. And I can appreciate where she was coming from with all this. Customer pet peeves. Be nice to these people, man. And if you can't learn how to be nice, then don't go to the restaurant. Seriously. Come up with a good attitude. You're going to come in there and be respectful of the people. Like, you know, so it works both ways. Like, why are some people just so insistent on being nasty and rude, which is only going to just cause your experience at the restaurant and the service is going to be bad for you anyway, because it goes both ways. So anyway, that's what I wanted to bring up about that. Our vices when it comes to trying to go to restaurants, enjoy food as our vice, enjoy drinks, libations, and the way we handle the people that are handling our orders, making the orders right, and it's done correct. There has to be a little give and push and pull, a little bit of give and take to make sure everything's done right, so that we can enjoy being a little depraved and debaucherous.